Well, this has been a winter storm for the books here in Cobb County. It started very early on this Friday with some very heavy snowfall that started actually before the sun came up on this Friday and actually came down so quick, so heavy, and the road conditions were so cold that the snow was able to accumulate on most roads in Cobb County, creating some very dicey travel situations. And that's what DOT was dealing with throughout the morning hours after they had pre-treated the road. Then once the snow started to fall, they switched to the sand salt mixture and started to treat it as well. But again, many roads, especially those on hills, we saw Johnson Ferry, Windy Hill, East-West Connector, Barrett Parkway, Cheatham Hill, roads like that that contain hills or elevated structures quickly became impassable, leaving drivers stranded and trying to get up hills or simply unable to move any farther.
There's only so much material we can put on the ground where the snow just accumulates so fast that it's going to overtake that. That's why we ask people to stay off the roads unless it's absolute emergency.
But as we moved into the lunch hour, that snow started turning over to freezing rain, then some rain, and as you can see from a time-lapse picture, the snow-covered roads then became slushy, and in some cases actually cleared up a little bit, and traffic was able to flow at a much better pace. But fortunately, most people were heeding to the advice to stay off the roadways. Traffic was still out there, but it was light, and fortunately, the number of wrecks that we had, although quite numerous, wasn't as bad as it could have been in a situation like this, or certainly as we remember from Snowmageddon back in 2014. One of the most serious wrecks happened down by the Concord Road covered bridge, where during the early afternoon hours, two cars did a head-on just outside the bridge. The resulting collision flipped one vehicle and then caused the other vehicle to slide back into the bridge, doing some superficial damage to the guardrail and to the protective beam. And so Concord Road was closed throughout much of the afternoon. Out at the Cobb County International Airport, the crews had to stay alert and ready to keep the runways clear as this winter precipitation moved through. And at the Cobb Emergency Management Center, the Emergency Operations Center was open for many of the departments and public safety agencies to hang together in one room to compare notes and coordinate the response to this winter storm.
So all of our public safety partners, police, fire, 911, sheriff's office, our information services have been in the EOC today so that we can coordinate effectively. It helps us know, especially when trees go down, what the fire department is responding to clear roadways and what DOT is going to be responding to. So it just helps us have a clear picture of what's going on.
Our teams have done a great job, but we need you to do the best job that you can do to stay safe. And for most of you, that's going to be staying at home, staying put, particularly knowing that our county is hilly. We have a lot of curves, and there may be some things under the top layers that you may not see. So I encourage you, just from what I saw and experienced this morning and helping some other drivers, please stay home if you can.
And of course, she thanked the effort of all the Cobb County employees who came in on this snow emergency day to try to keep things safe for people, answer 911 calls, dispatch crews, and of course the DOT, police and fire crews who were out responding to these cases and dealing with those who are stranded and try to keep the roads clear for the night ahead. And that's exactly what they're going to be doing, continuing their 12-hour shifts.
The temperatures have come up just a little bit above freezing. The roadway temperatures are a little bit above freezing, so we do see some of the snow that's come down start to melt. And then, of course, just the vehicles traveling over top of it have helped it kind of dissipate. But we do expect it to refreeze once temperatures drop below 32 degrees.
So again, the question is, what is going to happen in the next 24 hours? That's the big unknown for DOT and emergency first responders here in Cobb County. The advice remains to stay put until we see what happens as this rain and freezing rain and sleet continues to fall and the temperatures fall as well overnight. Cobb DOT is doing their best to put the plows on their equipment to get the slush off the road to prevent that from refreezing, but we'll have to see what happens. So in the meantime, stay put, let these folks do their job, and just enjoy time inside.